Hello humans, Master Dinnerflex here, bringing you the low quality content you deserve. And today, we are going over a newly announced card for Labrynth, which by extension means a support card for Lair of Darkness and overall Trap Fiend deck cards. Now, I had a post yesterday saying, yeah, I'm pretty much taking a break. I will not be making very many videos. And if there's any other kind of non-Yu-Gi-Oh content you want to see, just let me know. But, that doesn't mean I'm not gonna stop, and that doesn't mean I'm quitting. That's just not how it works. I enjoy this game, but you have to take breaks. Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that asks a lot for one singular hobby, and it's not good, and it can cause a lot of burnout if you don't take a break when you're just not feeling it. It's just not good for you. But this card that got announced, I think, is absolutely hilarious. And let's go ahead and get into a quick combo. Again, it applies for 3 different decks, but let's start. So what we need is 1 of 3 Fiends for this specific setup, but we'll go with Doondog, and then we need Ties of Brethren, and 1 of 2 normal traps. The other one we're going to get. It can be a Floodgate normal trap, or a removal normal trap. So we'll start with Ties, and with this Ties, we'll target the Doomdog, and we'll get Lilith and Loris out of the deck. And with Lilith, we will tribute the Doomdog, and since we have the removal, let's go ahead and get a Floodgate one, which will be D-Barrier. And then the Doomdog, we'll go ahead and search our favorite new card, which is called Lady of the Labrynth. It probably will see a name change. So, what this card does is, while you have a set card, cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects. So, ooh, cool, Towers-like. When you activate a normal trap from your... if you activate a normal trap or a Labrynth card effect, except another copy of itself, it can special summon itself from the hand in defense. And then, while it's on the field, if you activate a normal trap, you can set a different normal trap from your deck that has a different name. So, this hand needed 3 cards, so we have 2 randoms to work with. Keep that in mind. They could be more traps, they could be hand traps, generic cards, doesn't matter. But this is what we have to work with. On our opponent's turn, we're going to start with a Floodgate. By the time we get this, DDG will be better than D-Barrier, by the way, but that's not what we're concerned with. It just needs to do this, which can special summon the Lady of the Labrynth from our hand. And then we'll activate the removal trap when it's needed. And then when we do so, the Lady of the Labrynth will trigger. And for this first instance, let's just set it back to the front. And then, when we go to tribute the Lilith, again, depending on DDG, you'll like switch this stuff around. But with Lilith, what the heck? There we go. With Lilith, we will set another normal trap by tributing itself. And then Loris will trigger because a monster is tributed. And we'll get back that Floodgate normal trap. Not bad. So, I have this to deal with, 2 random cards. And now we have 3 cards in our back row. So even if they deal with everything, we just get to fight back really hard the following turn. But let's say the rest of our cards will actually even eliminate it. So our opponent ends their turn. Back to our turn. We'll draw for turn, start with a random card. Then we'll put this in attack. And we'll activate back to the front, which will revive Lilith. And then the Lady of the Labrynth will trigger to set a new normal trap. And we're not done here, because now we contribute Lilith to get a new normal trap from our deck. And then the Loris will trigger to set back to the front. So, on turn 3, we turn 2 traps into 5. And not only that, the monsters being backed up by these traps is a 3000 Towers, and a card that recycles traps, and if too many accumulate in the graveyard, is draw power. So, this is a lot. As a matter of fact, let's just show the back row. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot for very little, and it's a lot for very little very quickly. This is a lot of, like, this is 45 right here. This is kind of the snowball I was talking about that all these Trap Fiend decks are getting because of Labrynth and Lady of Lament support and whatnot. Like, Fiends are just getting a complete overhaul, and it's kind of insane. I love it. I think it's very cool, and it's also very on theme that the Fiend type gets to use normal traps, almost like Deception. Like, I think that's very cute, but this card, I do think needs to be put not just in the context of this, because this is kind of a Lair of Darkness combo, but it's more just Trap Fiend, because I never activated Lair. But here's another example of what you can do. So, let's say this is our hand, we have 2 randoms. We can normal summon Doomdog, turn it into Almirage. The Doomdog will then go and search Lady of the Labrynth. And just because you have 2 traps, you'll activate the first one, let's say Imperm, and the second one, when it removes, now we get the 3rd normal trap. So basically, with a nothing sandwich combo like normal Doomdog Pass, you basically have an entire trap deck. Because a lot of the trap decks we get is like 1 monster cycling traps. This side effect does that. Like, you'll activate Punishment on the next turn, which will get you a new trap on the following turn. It's just... It's a lot. It's a lot. This card is insanely powerful. I've never thought I would see a card like this printed, but then again, when Lilith was new, I literally said when Lilith was brand new, this is the only time this card could have ever been printed, because it was printed prior, it'd just be banned. I'm honestly very glad that Konami is starting to wise up that, like, if you want to power creep, you gotta power creep evenly. If you want better monsters and better spells, you also gotta give better traps, which I think Konami has struggled with really hard, because if you're under... It's not about floodgates. Trap decks are not synonymous with floodgates. Trap cards are their own kind of function. Like, there are floodgate traps, but there are also floodgate monsters and floodgate spells. You don't judge floodgates based on back row. You judge floodgates based on card design, which is why we're literally in a combo format right now, but every game is won with a floodgate. Like, it's not about back row. It's about bad card design showing its face now that the game is speeding up. But, yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. And if you guys are excited for this card, I don't blame you. This also just really warps how you would build the Labrynth deck. So I want to test with this card more soon. But, yep, that's about it. Thank you all for watching. And remember, Master Generator Flax will take your soul.